crime is down in the city, according to Detroit police. So why are folks living near downtown say the crooks are targeting them?
All right, Jermot, and it's bad enough thieves hit this church parking lot. What's even worse is the nearly 24 scouts whose big fall trip is now in jeopardy.
Let's start, though, tonight with breaking news. Mike Pence in a plane emergency. Some tense moments as the Republican vice presidential nominee's plane skids off the runway at LaGuardia Airport, tearing up some concrete along the way. It happened as the plane landed in New York. Pence was arriving in town to attend a fundraiser.
As the plane touched down, reporters on board say it fishtailed. The plane then slid off the runway and finally came to a stop in the grass. The skidding was so intense it tore up lanes of the concrete.
And as soon as we landed on the runway here, it was a pretty hard landing. And then you could feel the plane fishtailing towards the back, which is where the press is, and the governor and his staff sits in the front of the aircraft. You could feel the plane fishtailing in the back. And then probably after 20 or 30 seconds, they slammed on the brakes.
That reporter says as soon as they stopped, Pence came back to the press area to check on everyone. He later tweeted that everybody was okay. Meanwhile, during a rally in Geneva, Ohio, Donald Trump told the crowd that he personally spoke to Mike Pence and after the incident, and he confirmed that everyone was okay. Tonight, the scouts from Trail Life USA out of Warren need your help.
Asking everyone to be on the lookout for their trailer filled with thousands of dollars worth of gear that is critical to their annual fall trip.
Mara McDonald is live in Warren. And Mara, it was stolen from a church parking lot of all places.
Kim, it sure was. And here's part of the setup that the boys had. It was back there at one point behind the Warren Woods Baptist Church. You can see what's left of the setup over there. The boys had this thing chained up, locked, and still it didn't matter. Thieves stole it right out of the parking lot.
We did a lot of fundraising.
Selling pizzas, wrapping presents, and doing bottle drives to come up with the $2,000 to buy this trailer. It's taken 11 years to accumulate and pay for all the gear.
We had really nice camp stoves, 4-season tents. We had all kinds of pots and pans and Dutch ovens, axes.
The scouts parked it here at the Warren Woods Baptist Church. It was chained and locked up in the back, and as of this morning, stolen.
This is a huge setback. This has taken 11 years to get us to this point.
And what would the scouts like to ask the thieves?
Why? Most of the stuff in it is probably very little value to a lot of people.
The kids were really excited for their annual fall camping trip this weekend.
This is what we've actually come up with as one of the annual trips, where they go out and they cook and they compete in their cooking.
These kids aren't just cooking hot dogs either. They're really into it. They've done everything from sushi to roasts. They have none of their gear, but all of the families are going through their basements right now looking for serviceable stuff.
Well, that's one of the neat things about scouting. It teaches resiliency and making the best of a situation that doesn't go the way you plan.
Back here live, the boys would really, more than anything, like that trailer returned. As you could see from the video and the pictures, you know, they customized the inside of that van to hold all their, or that trailer to hold all their stuff inside. They would really like that back, as well as the gear. If that can't happen, and if nobody actually sees this trailer, they have set up a GoFundMe account, and we have more info on our web channel, clickondetroit.com. All in all, Devin and Kim, we're talking about probably $5,000, $2,000 for the trailer, and then $2,000 in gear. Back to you.
Hopefully somebody knows something and will come forward. Mara, thank you. Detroit police say most crime is down across the city, but in 2 neighborhoods downtown, homeowners don't feel that way. They say crime seems to be getting worse and they're fed up. Let's get to Jermot Terry. And Jermot, some of them met with police tonight to voice their concerns.
Kimberly, they voiced concerns and listened to ways to better protect themselves from becoming victims. Now, as you mentioned, the people living near downtown feel as if the criminals are targeting them more, but DPD insisting the stats prove otherwise. In recent weeks, we've had a judge robbed, a jogger attacked on DeQuinder Cut, and some Lions fans beaten hours after a game. This all occurred in or near downtown Detroit. And for those who call the Elmwood Park and the Lafayette Park communities home, they've been forced to get to know their neighbors for all the wrong reasons.
unfortunately, because of the crime.
Alicia Dennis and Deborah Wooten live on the outskirts of downtown. They came to this police forum to find out what's being done to combat the crime.
My neighbor had her car stolen and pushed up to the high school and stripped, and we've had break-ins in vehicles in our complex.
Even Alicia's gated community isn't keeping the crooks out.
At Campo Farms, we unfortunately have had some folks to come in and kick in our front doors. Take a knock, see if you're there, and if not, they're kicking doors in. Detroit police say the city has seen a 37% drop in carjackings. Only 278 reported so far this year compared to the 446 the same time in 2015. Statistics are okay, but it's really about what you're doing in the community.
But anytime in a stable community there's an uptick, 1 or 2 or 3, then communities often say, it's a lot, it's a lot. But what we really want them to realize is that we're in a partnership, don't worry.
And these homeowners are willing to work with police to combat the problem, and they have a message for those who think they're an easy target.
You better watch out, because we're watching you, and we're watching each other.
And that's what that forum was all about tonight. They wanted to make sure that the community knew that the police department and that 7th precinct is there to work with them. They say they're going to combat the issues that the neighbors feel is on the up and up, that crime and those burglaries. And police say, just give them some time. They'll work it through. Reporting live in downtown, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Okay, Jermont. The man accused of hitting and killing a Waterford man remains in custody tonight. 65-year-old John Henke was crossing Elizabeth Lake Road late last night when he was hit by a van. The driver took off. Police later found the van burned. Somebody had set it on fire. They were able to trace it back to a 36-year-old man who they believe is responsible.
An independent audit of Detroit's demolition program to fight blight found some costly mistakes. About $1 million in expenditures were improperly billed to the state. Those costs that were ineligible for federal reimbursement should have been billed to the city. The Detroit Land Bank Authority says contractors did not receive any extra money from the mistakes, however. The authority's deputy director recently resigned because of the violations. The U.S. Treasury and Michigan housing officials are still investigating.
2 men are facing a list of charges after leading Westland police on a high-speed chase. Police were checking out reports of a suspicious vehicle, and when the men saw the officers, they took off. As they sped down the road, they could be seen tossing items out of the window, including some illegal prescription pills. After running several red lights, they eventually stopped and surrendered. Dogs and their owners celebrated Halloween tonight in downtown
Halloween, yes.
Birmingham. Yes.
The dog walk benefits Greyhound Expressions, which is a dog rescue organization. More than 50 dogs, as you can see, dressed up in costume. We had Star Wars characters. We had a referee. There you go. How about that? How about a taco?
Yo quiero taco.
Quiero taco.
You know that.
Exactly right. They
trick
trick or treated at different businesses, getting treats along the way. That was Superdog, I guess, a second ago. And prizes were given out for some very creative and very funny dog costumes.
Very creative.
Pretty fun night, yeah.
Cute.
Speaking of the dogs, it wasn't your typical bachelor party. What a group of Michigan men brought home from their trip that will put a smile on your face. Coming up a little later on.
And they went fast, and he got furious when a car owner found out about the tow truck driver who picked up his ride for repairs. Hi, Andrew.
Kimberly, Devin, good evening. We've got some clouds overhead. Chilly night out there, but it is getting drier. But how much colder does it get? It feels like it's in the 30s, but will it actually get there? We'll talk about that and a warm-up for at least part of the weekend in your 7-day forecast.
All right, Andrew, but first, a pastor's plan to reduce racial tension between police and the community backfires.
It's ease in our community, and we cannot heal unless we're willing to be honest and not defensive.
Well, it turns out an officer may have been too honest. The defenders dig into why she's now under investigation when we come back.
We go to bed before the sun goes down, so we're ready for you.
Good night, Dad. I love you.
We drive to work while you're fast asleep, so we're ready for you.
We stay connected throughout the day, so we're ready for you.
The news never stops, and neither do we.
Local 4 News Today. We're always ready for you.
On the next live.
Earlier this evening on Local 4 News at 5, we met a church pastor with a bold plan to improve relations between community and the police.
The results, raw and sometimes shocking statements from community members and the police. Tonight, Defender Kevin Dietz tells us one of the officers who spoke out is now in hot water.
The idea to put upset citizens in the same room with local police officers so each could see where the other is coming from on race relations. The problem, one Michigan State police officer did not have permission to represent the agency. She more than ruffled a few feathers in the room, and now there is an internal investigation. Shootings of unarmed citizens by police is a problem all across the country. At Troy's Embassy Covenant Church International, Bishop Hugh Daniel Smith wanted to get in front of the problem. So he brought in local police to meet face-to-face with upset members of his mostly African-American congregation.
Well, there was such an outrage over the disproportionate number of African-American unarmed people who have been gunned down by police officers.
One of the panelists, Faith Larkin, and the Michigan State Police Sergeant was telling it like it is, jaws dropping when she confessed she doesn't follow the MSP rule book when pulling over people on the streets.
When I'm coming up to a car, if the first thing that I'm met with is attitude is what you get back. But if you're rude, expect rudeness back.
Then she spilled even more secrets, saying Michigan State Police do not have nearly enough African Americans on the job.
Probably 85% of our unit is Caucasian.
And that black citizens are paying a price.
They're being racially profiled by this Caucasian officer who does not know oftentimes how to interact with someone that is not of their own race.
Suggesting white troopers hired from white communities like in the Upper Peninsula do not have the life experience or police training to root out prejudice.
You would think that we would have more of a diversified unit, but since affirmative action has been stopped, there is no longer that aggressive push to bring in minorities.
At the Michigan State Police, you can count the number of African American females hired in the last decade on one hand. Larkin says it's a serious problem.
And so you have a law enforcement that is primarily Caucasian with their biases, with their prejudices, with the media hyping things up. And you're asking them to go out and do a job where prejudice is not allowed.
It's exactly the kind of conversation Bishop Smith was hoping for. Real talk leading to real change. But there's a problem. Sergeant Larkin is on leave and is not authorized to speak on behalf of the MSP. An internal investigation is underway.
She didn't have permission to do that. But again, she gave her opinion. But obviously we don't support that opinion.
The commander insisting Larkin is wrong about troopers giving motorists attitude during stops.
I regret that she put that out there like that, especially representing the agency. We don't teach that. We teach our troopers to be professional at all times.
And wrong about troopers' readiness to serve minority communities.
Just because someone comes from the UP, that they can't come down to an urban area and police. That's just not accurate.
Commander McGowan says since 2012, the MSP has been aggressively recruiting minorities and women, making enormous strides in becoming a more diverse police force, something they will remain committed to. A heated town hall meeting leading to lively discussions about problems and possible solutions, something Bishop Smith says must continue. Pastor Smith is holding his second call to action town hall meeting this weekend, Saturday at 1 p.m. For directions, go to the link on our Defenders page at clickondetroit.com. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
You know, we get frustrated sometimes. We want to talk to an officer and they tell us, well, I don't have permission to speak. I've got to go get permission. And this is part of why, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Here's a look at what Everett Cassimy is working on for tomorrow night.
It's the newest song and dance craze that is going viral all across the country. And the artists behind it are from right here in Detroit. I'm Everett Cassimy. Tomorrow at 11, we'll take you on set of their new music video and show you how to juju on that beat.
You guys know how to do the juju on the beat? Apparently no.
I'd be afraid to try, at least on camera. That might be something I do on my own. But
behind closed doors, right?
Their feet are moving.
Yeah, under here.
Underneath this desk, just like that. Yeah. That's a way to stay warm, though, isn't it?
That's a good point.
There you go. Well, we have temperatures right now that are mostly in the 40s. It does get colder tonight. We have a deck of clouds overhead, insulating us or keeping a lot of heat trapped here down at the surface. But
As we see some gradual clearing overnight, we'll see some of that heat being released into space. Fortunately, we're not seeing much of it in terms of rain. There are a few areas of sprinkles, some drizzle north of 8 Mile still being picked up on 4 Live radar. You can see that here in Mount Clemens, southern Macomb County. Now, temperatures is one thing I'm concerned about toward morning. Fortunately, I think it'll be dry enough in most areas, over 90%, where slipperiness is not an issue. And temperatures get close to freezing here in our metro zone, closer to the city, more like middle 30s, 35 to 34. Farther away from the city, you're getting down to the freezing mark or a little bit lower. South zone, south of Michigan Avenue, around 32 degrees, places like Adrian, parts of Monroe County, 31 degrees in Milford, same thing in Howell in our western zone. That's areas west of 275. North of Hall Road in our north zone, may even see some upper 20s. So in isolated spots where you know there's ponding or a little bit of dampness that lingers, might see a few slick spots, but only in just a few areas, not widespread. That's good news for tomorrow morning's commute. 44 degrees right now, wind of 6 miles per hour, making it feel like it's closer to around 40 degrees. In fact, that's the actual temperature in places like Romeo, also around Pontiac, just south of Detroit. We're looking at temperatures in the low 40s, but as we see some gradual clearing and more heat goes into space, I think we'll see low temperatures in the 30s overnight tonight. Winds out of the northwest keeping a chilly feel in the atmosphere as well. But look just off to our west, got some higher temperatures, milder, warmer air, just waiting to get in here, and it does starting tomorrow, but especially Saturday. Look at that, 55 degrees in Des Moines, 52 in St. Louis. The chilly air is over us for now, but as high pressure settles in, we clear out tonight, remains chilly and cold overnight. Grab those jackets when you head to the bus stop tomorrow morning or when you get the kids prepared for school. But temperatures will reach the 50s and winds will be more out of the south, and this milder air cruises over us for Saturday. That's where we're talking about 60 degrees or more. Some places maybe near 70. That's for the first half of our weekend. But for tonight, temperatures down to the middle 30s. Make sure those heaters are still working. Make sure the pets are indoors too. Some areas will make it down to freezing overnight. Sunrise on your Friday is at 8:02. And I've got some sunshine for you at noontime, 46 degrees, mostly sunny skies, 56 for a high. May need a jacket, but don't need that extra layer like we did today and yesterday. And feeling even warmer, grab those t-shirts, everybody. Saturday, a high temperature in the middle and upper 60s. Same thing at East Lansing for Michigan State, and remaining dry for your Saturday. Got a few showers, a little bit cooler on Sunday, a high of 56. But look at Halloween on Monday, everybody, right in the middle of your screen. During the day, a high of 61. Dry conditions for all the trick-or-treaters. Temperatures in the 50s during the evening and 50s and 60s for next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Good.
Something pretty fun here. Tonight's version of our Little Pumpkins is an audition for Local 4 News.
You're going to love this. Take a look at Drew.
This is Channel 4 News. The weather is outside for down. Nobody's going to play outside because it's rain. Because everybody's going to get wet.
He's out for all of our jobs, apparently.
That's a lot earlier start than I had. I'm telling you, he's on it.
He's on it. I love it that he's picking his nose. That is just cute as can
It just means he's that comfortable in front of the camera.
All right, you'll
It's
get
all
over
good.
it. That's awesome, Drew. We appreciate it. Well, for years we've heard cranberry juice can help prevent and even cure some infections. Why some doctors are now saying don't waste your time.
And she wasn't just drunk. She wasn't just texting behind the wheel when she crashed into a police cruiser. Why this woman was topless next.
Honesty.
Well, drinking and driving is bad enough, but one college student was not only drinking, she was also sexting, and that led her to hitting a cop car. The young woman drove her SUV into a parked police car. When the cop got out and got to her window, she was putting her shirt on. She told the officer she was taking a topless picture of herself to send to her boyfriend. Police say she failed 3 field sobriety tests and had an open bottle of wine in the front console.
A scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off became reality for one Texas man who needed his car towed. Called a towing service to bring his Nissan GTR to a repair shop on a Sunday, but he didn't arrive at the shop until Monday. He checked his dashboard camera and discovered the tow truck driver had taken the car home to drive. He even invited friends over to take rides in it. The tow truck company has apologized, and police are now investigating the tow driver.
In good health, cranberry juice is often recommended as a natural way to prevent urinary tract infections, but a new study says it's all a myth. Yale researchers looked at nursing home residents because UTIs are common among them. Some were given cranberry capsules, but those patients had just as many UTIs as those who were given placebos. Researchers say spending money on cranberry capsules may not be worthwhile. What happens in Vegas may stay there, but for one bachelor party, what happened in Tennessee came back with them to Michigan.
The group went to a cabin in the woods for a bachelor party. A stray dog showed up at the door, so they gave her food and water, and then they noticed she was producing milk. And then they found a litter of 7 puppies in a den down the road. There's your coming home present from the bachelor party. They each brought a puppy back to Michigan, and the mother and one of the puppies has a home with the groom's grandparents.
Better a dog than a stripper, right?
There's no doubt about it. That's one of the best bachelor party stories
Wedding
ever
gifts
heard.
all set.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Kimberly handle that. She's quite adept at that. Very good.
Thank you. I knew you'd like that.
We're going to do Red Wings. Yeah, it's good. Yeah,